Let's pivot here and talk about the other politics that are going on. There are two major things that are happening right now, or not happening. One is the stimulus fight. So at the last I heard, Nancy Pelosi said that she thinks that they may come to an agreement, her and Mnuchin, but they won't vote on it until after the election. In what possible world if Joe Biden wins and the Democrats take the Senate, or Joe Biden wins and the Democrats don't take the Senate, is this going to get passed? I mean, Mitch McConnell, the moment Joe Biden wins the election, Mitch McConnell goes into everything stops mode. I don't care, let the country burn mode. How is it possible that they could pass something after the election unless Donald Trump wins and Mitch McConnell's the Senate majority leader, and then they're going to pass their bill, essentially. And it's going to look a lot like the CARES Act, I would imagine, on some level. Why doesn't Nancy Pelosi take the 1.8 or even the 2 trillion and force Mitch McConnell to force his senators to vote on that? Because that puts Mitch McConnell in a very bad position and the Republicans in the Senate in a very bad position. And one way or another, if Joe Biden wins, there's going to have to be some measure of relief before February 1st, which is the earliest it will come if the Democrats take the Senate and the House and the presidency.
You know, we don't exactly know why Pelosi won't do this. We know what she has said. You know, in that disastrous interview with Wolf Blitzer, she suggested that she was trying to deprive Trump of being able to send checks with his name out on them. But you know, people close to her say that that's not exactly what she meant. But she won't share with people, you know, what precisely is in the package. And so Democrats in the House say, we can't quite agree to this because what if there is, you know, infinite liability protection for negligent businesses stuffed in there, a complete destruction of any plaintiff's rights in exchange for 2 months of stimulus. We don't, you know, that wouldn't be a fair trade-off. But they have to talk in these hypotheticals because nobody basically outside of Pelosi and Mnuchin know what the actual details of this package are. Now, Pelosi has told Democrats privately that she very much does want to get some type of a deal through, if only to reduce the price tag of what Biden has to get through when he comes in January or February. And I think that that's perfectly sound logic. You know, if you don't do 2 trillion now, then the additional 2 trillion that Biden needs in January is now 4 trillion.
Right.
And everyone in Washington will say 4 trillion, you can't do 4 trillion. Yet those same people, if you did 2 now and you did 2 in February, would say, well, this is what people are demanding, and this is what economists say is needed. You put that together, and it will create, you know, political problems. And Pelosi recognizes that. Yet at the same time, here we are, like not with it not happening.
Is it possible? Is it possible that she thinks that this is going to help Trump that much? Because I don't see how it could help. I mean, if they pass something today, nobody's going to see those checks with Donald Trump's name on it until November, you know, after November 3rd anyways. And the only other thing you could think is that she's worried that just the news going around, Trump and Democrats reach, you know, stimulus deal of $2 trillion, like that news would send a signal to people around the country that Trump's a reasonable person. But they did that 8 months ago.
I know they've done it 3 times already. Right.
Donald Trump. And in this situation,
you have to really reach.
It would put Mitch McConnell in a very, very bad position. Right. I mean, because
he would probably spike it. Right.
He would spike it, and then every Senate race around the country would be like, you need to, you know, Tina Smith would have to say to her opponent, like, Are you willing to? Are you really going to support the guy who just canceled all the stimulus for people? Are you going to vote with Mitch McConnell? I mean, that if I was running for the Senate, this would be like, this is exactly what I need to win the race.
Right.
It just seems extraordinary to me.